What's up, guys? Matty Ice here of The Soldier, the Iceman and the Alien, back with you for another review. This time, we're going back to Hershey Park for the remainder of the 2022 season and giving you any tips and info you missed about the spring and summer seasons. If you're looking for a full comprehensive review of the park, the lodge, Hershey Gardens, the zoo, the water park, the chocolatier, it's all in this video that's already up on the channel from last year. Anything that's changed, we'll cover in this video. The summer session is behind us. It was so great to see the park back to full capacity, the water park packed, the rides packed, sometimes a little too packed, but that's why we got these videos to help you deal with that. The hours were extended a little bit, at least on the weekends. The character meet and greets were back, which the amazing Parker always loves that. It was so good to see the 4th of July fireworks back, first time in 2 years. Always good and always great to see that at Hershey Park. Remixed and mixed, the brand new rides, well, one's brand new, are open and ready to go, and we'll give you a tip on the chocolatier that's changed to maximize your experience at that great restaurant. But I know what you're all here for. It's the Hershey first ever Haunted Houses Dark Nights. Is it worth it? How do you maximize your experience, get the most out of your dollar? It's a lot, so let's get right into it. And there you go, guys. A little sneak peek of what you can expect at Hershey Park's first annual Dark Nights event. Now, Hershey Park in the dark, always one of our favorite fall activities and adventures. The park is beautiful, all the fall stuff and lights and decorations, love it. But this year, they went one step further, and for the first time ever, they have 4 haunted walkthrough attractions. Treatsville, which is the walk around trick-or-treating, still there, walking through the whole park, still included in your admission. But that brings us to our next big point and tip. And that tip is just like it says, Dark Nights Haunted Houses are not included in your park admission or season pass. It is an extra charge on top of that. See the prices here. They fluctuate depending on which day you go. Most expensive are Saturdays, a little bit cheaper Friday and Sunday. There are bundles that include your park admission, but the haunted houses are a separate price you're going to have to pay. On top of that, you can also choose to do the fast pass for the haunted houses, which cut a significant portion off the line. And if you go on a busy night, you're going to need it. Some of them get up to 90 minutes. That's a pretty long time to wait for any haunted attraction, especially when you're trying to maximize your time in the park. The hour's a little bit longer, but you're probably going to need that fast pass if you want to get everything done. And now it's not just the great haunted houses that you have. You also have tons of exclusive Hershey treats, drinks, the souvenir cups with non-alcoholic or a couple cocktails, the eyeball donut. Parker loved that one. There's great merch. There's so many snacks, too many to list here. We'll put a link down below of where you can find all the great snacks throughout the park, tons of exclusive stuff for the Halloween holiday. The Cheetos Hot Honey corn dogs were incredible. The toxic mac and cheese was definitely interesting. So now the question is, are the haunted houses worth it? Honestly, if you're comparing them to another park, let's just say Dorney, because it's close and they've been doing the haunted stuff for a while, Hershey pales in comparison when it comes to the haunted houses. They're good, there's some clever stuff in there, but overall, they probably haven't found their footing yet. No huge animatronics, some good set pieces, some great stuff. Not trying to say it's not good, but for $40 a person on top of your park admission, plus it being super crowded, if you're at Hershey, you got to do it. You got to see it at once, but I wouldn't say it's absolutely worth the money. Probably take another year or two to really figure it out. Still fun, good for some first-timers, that's for sure. Another couple of quick hitters that you absolutely must do for Dark Nights at Hershey Park. Some of the coasters with the lights off for the last hour or two, laugh tracks being the best of them. Laugh tracks in complete darkness is amazing, and the Halloween lights on Lightning Racer, incredible. Definitely two must-do things at your Hershey Park experience. Okay, Ice Pack, you made it through the Dark Nights. Now let's jump back into the park for the tips and info for the 2022 season. If you've been to the park at all this year, maybe you've seen some of these changes, maybe you haven't. Just in case, try to give you all the info and shortcuts to your greatest and sweetest day at Hershey ever. Always something new to explore, like this arcade. We didn't even know how great it was till we got into the back. Tons of throwback games, tons of fun. Always something new and fun to see at Hershey Park. That being said, I'm sure you've seen this one if you've been there. Character meet and greets are back. Always cool to take a moment and get a photo with your favorite Hershey character. Now our next tip is for Chocolate World. I'm sure if you've been to Hershey, you've been to Chocolate World. It is their main gift shop, best place to grab souvenirs and gear, located right across from the main park entrance. For a year there or so, they were requiring reservations. You would have to pick a time to show up. They're not doing that any longer. You can come and go as you please. I'm sure we know about the ride in there, the chocolate tour. It's a dark ride, Disney style. We do it every time we're there, just about. If you've never done it, you have to. Tells the story of Hershey. It's great. But there's more in there than just that. There's a lot of food offerings now that didn't used to be. You can grab a cocktail. There's wine pairing with chocolate on select days. There's events. There's a trolley tour, a 4D show. There's a make your own candy bar. Now these are separate ticketed events, but on a rainy day, great to go in there and explore. Even in the back, the milkshakes, there's stuff for the kids to do crafts. There's a character meet and greet, usually, almost all the time. So I would definitely check out all of Chocolate World if you haven't done that in a while. This one's hard to miss if you've been to Hershey at all this year. The Jolly Rancher mixed and remixed rides are open. The one is Sidewinder, but it's more than just a great paint job. They have 2 tunnels that you go through now, and whichever car Jolly Rancher flavor you are, that's what it smells like in the tunnel, and the lights change and stuff. It's incredible, even for an old coaster. At night, the backwards is a little rough, but you know, that's Sidewinder still. The ride in front of it, not as intense, you know, it's not a crazy flat ride, but it's still pretty interesting for what it does. A little surprised about how long you stay on it and how you load for it. It's a lot of fun. Again, at night, the lights are incredible. Definitely on your list of rides to hit at Hershey Park. If you haven't done it yet, gotta do it. What a ride. Okay, Ice Pack. Our next tip is about the restaurant, the Chocolatier. The Chocolatier is Hershey's new signature restaurant, located through the gift shop to the left of the entrance. It is one of our favorites. Not going to cover the whole menu and stuff here. We covered that when it opened last year. If you want to check out the ins and outs of the menu and that kind of things, check out our last video. But suffice to say, it is an incredible restaurant and we go every time. And that's the tip. If you want to not wait an hour or two, if you walk up, make a reservation, call ahead when you know when your trip is, get a table outside, or you can even book old Ferris wheel they've commissioned into tables. Really fun stuff. Not too pricey, but it can get a little bit up there. Definitely worth at least doing once. Make that reservation because they didn't used to take them. Now they do. Save yourself some time. They have cornhole up there. They have a bar. Plenty to do. Walk around, look over the park, then have a great meal. And around the holidays, they even have some different stuff. There was specialty drinks and stuff around Halloween. I'm sure they'll do the same thing around Christmas. Grab your family and friends. Get to the chocolatier. Have a great time and a great meal. All right, guys, that's just about going to wrap it up. We still have a couple tips for you, so stick around. Just wanted to thank you in advance. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, please hit us up. We will definitely get back to you. And as far as those last tips go, the time to renew your season pass is now if you're going to do so. Cheapest price of the season, and you can still pay in the monthly increments. And remember, there's 3 different versions of the season pass. See which one fits you the best. And then they just announced this extra weekend in between Halloween and Christmas, a little extra time in Hershey. Who knows what'll be up around the park, but I'm sure it'll be great, and you might get some 70-degree weather. You never know this year. And as always, keep following the channel for more adventures. Keep going to Hershey Park. Not trying to be too harsh on the haunted houses. They are great. We get it. It's their first time, and it's not supposed to be the scariest thing ever. Could have been a little better. Could have been a little cheaper, but it's still a great experience. Definitely check it out if you're into that kind of thing, or if you're at Hershey. Not trying to give them a hard time at all. And it's almost that time of year. Christmas Candyland coming up. Let us know if you want some info on that, or if you want us to do a video on that. And as always, keep exploring, get out there, have a great time. Happy Halloween, and thanks for subscribing to The Soldier, the Iceman, and the Alien.